Hey you guys, so today's video is going to be a current favorites video. It's not a monthly favorites because it's like the middle of the month. So we're just gonna jump in and talk about some products that I've been loving lately. I don't think I've done a favorite since like October. Before we get started, really quick, make sure that you're following me on Snapchat and Instagram and subscribe if you want to stick around for more content. I would love to have you. So we got a lot of stuff to talk about, so I'm just gonna get started. So I absolutely know without a doubt that I've mentioned these guys before in a favorites video, and for all I know it was my last favorites video that I did, but I have to mention them again because I freaking love these things. If you guys don't know anything about me, let me be the first to tell you that I'm an absolute skincare junkie. It's one of my biggest passions in life is skincare. I've struggled with problem skin for a long time, and once I kind of started finding products that really worked and changed my skin, I just developed such an interest in it. I just don't really buy any products for my skin that are not like medical grade, if that makes any sense. I used to use Paula's Choice all the time. I still use pieces in my skincare routine from Paula's Choice, but the reason I bring that up is because Paula's Choice was the first brand that I ever tried that had a lot of like active ingredients in it that really changed my skin. Not the appearance of my skin, it changed my skin. After I kind of started experiencing changes in my skin and I used Paula's Choice for a while, I moved on to more medical grade skincare just to get some active ingredients and some real visible results. I've tried tons and tons of skincare. Some things are great, some things are okay, and some things are just not worth the money. This is definitely one of those things that is great. It works. Well, why don't I just tell you what this is called? These are the Blvd Koji-C Skin Brightening Pads. If you're like me and you struggle with post-acne discoloration, which basically means like you get a zit, and then immediately after that zit goes away, you still have a little red spot on your face to remember it by forever. It takes so long for them to go away, but when I use this, it literally knocks them out. These Koji pads will last me about a month and a half to 2 months if I'm using one every morning and every night when I wash my face. And around the time I'm ready to get rid of my empty tub of this stuff, the red spots are basically gone. The girls at Blvd call these the crack pads. My friend Kelsey says that like clockwork, the day that people run out of these, they come in to get more, and I totally understand why. This is my third jar of these. I love them. They do a gorgeous job of brightening up your overall skin tone and giving you a much more fresh, even complexion. And on top of that, it does have an acid in here. The active ingredient is kojic acid, but it's not a harsh acid. It's not one of those things that's gonna like strip layers of your skin off in a very aggressive way to like the extent that your skin becomes sensitive. It's a beautiful product. I love it so much. But yeah, if you're interested in trying these bad boys, make sure you give Blvd a call. I will link it down below. You give them a call, they will ship it out to you. These are a little bit expensive, I'm not gonna lie, but if something works and something is amazing, I'm just gonna tell you guys about it, and this is one of those things, so yeah. I have one more piece of skincare to talk about. This is the Nugene Miracle Mask. Nugene is a brand that you're most likely gonna find at dermatologist's office or estheticians, med spas, plastic surgeon's office. They're a very expensive brand. They actually have a serum that's like $300. I'm not quite there yet. But I thought I would pick this guy up. I got this on premierlook.com, which is ran by Brianna Stanko here on YouTube. I will leave her information down below as well. She's amazing. Watch her channel all the time. She has so much information about skincare. She owns a site called premierlook.com that she runs with a plastic surgeon in Atlanta named Dr. Silver. And because she's working so closely with him, she has the ability to provide medical grade skincare over the internet. If you're ever gonna buy medical grade skincare over the internet, do your research. There are a lot of places that sell fake or expired products, so make sure you do your research. But I've been ordering from her for like 2 years now. I've never had any problems. I think it's a wonderful company. So basically this mask is like kind of a weird looking like clay. You can see how much I've been loving it. It's kind of like a clay mask that has a little bit of like a gritty texture to it, but it's not super crazy abrasive like the St. Ives apricot scrub, for example. What happens is you wet your skin, apply this all over your skin. It says leave it on for like 5 minutes. I leave it on for like 25 minutes if I have the time. And basically once you remove it, you take your water, you rinse it off and remove it. The gentle exfoliation that this does really makes your skin just so soft and smooth and beautiful on its own. It plumps your skin. You guys have commented on videos recently of mine being like, your skin looks so plump and healthy. It's because I use this every time before I film. It just makes your skin look really tight and plump, and it's only 40 bucks. I understand like $40 is not cheap to most people, but like Glam Glow is more expensive than this, and this is a million times better than most Glam Glow masks that I've tried, so I'm recommending it. It's amazing. Once again, this is the Nugene Clinical Mask. You can get it at authorized retailers and at premierlook.com. Leave the info down below. I'm an avid reader. If you follow me on Snapchat or Instagram, you know that I read all the time, and I wanted to tell you guys about the book that I've read so far in 2018 that I would just consider to be like the best, just in terms of like how quickly I had to read it. The Last Mrs.Parrish. I'm gonna put a picture of it right here because I read it on my iPad, so I don't have a physical copy to show you. But I bought this book on a Friday night. Me and my husband had just laid down to go to sleep, and I thought I'd, buy a new book and sit down and read a few pages until I, passed out. And I stayed up all night and had to finish this book. That has happened to me exactly one other time in my life where a book literally was so good I could not put it down, like cancel the plans, I'm reading today. This book is good to me because it's extremely suspenseful. It's a real page turner. Usually the kind of books that I really like thrillers, mystery, suspense, and horror novels. I can dabble a little bit in nonfiction as well, but this book was so freaking good. It's told from the perspective of two different women, and the dynamic characters that Liv Constantine, which is actually two sisters who kind of have like this pen name of Liv Constantine, the way they wrote these characters, they were so well-rounded and so perfectly fleshed out. I felt like I knew them. I felt so emotionally attached to both of them, and the ending is very satisfying. Sometimes you read a book like this that you get super enthralled in, and as you're getting there and it starts to wind down and it's about to be over, it's just kind of like kind of super anticlimactic. Not the case here. Such a good book. If you've been looking for something new to read lately, I highly recommend it. And yeah, just wanted to share it with you. This is the Bumble and Bumble BB Thickening Dry Spun Finish Spray. I probably mentioned this many moons ago, back when I had short hair, because I love to use it. I recently picked this back up, and let me tell you guys, I think this might be one of the best hair care products on the market. It's kind of a drier spray that's intended to create fullness and volume and texture in your hair. I've tried a lot of products that are similar to this, attempting to find a dupe for it because it's like 30 bucks, but there's nothing like it. I've tried the Kenra one, I've tried drugstore ones, I've tried the Living Proof one. This is the best one I have ever found. It's not a traditional hairspray. There's not going to be any stickiness left in your hair. It's not like a firm holding everything shellacked in place. It gives you a lot of movement, but what is great about it is it gives a lot of body, and just, I don't know how to explain it. Like, it just really does something for my hair. I've never found anything that gives me like this extra bit of body and fullness and texture without weighing it down, without making it greasy, without making it sticky. Like, I can still run my fingers through it. So yeah, hands down, probably one of my favorite hair styling products I've ever used. Next is a product I definitely do not use every day. I have not used it every day, but every time that I use it, I am reminded of exactly how blown away I was the very first time I used it, and I feel that way every time that I use it. This is the Too Faced Chocolate Gold Bar Palette. I did a first impressions kind of situation using this. I'll link it up below. I say that all the time. I'll link it up here if you're curious. The thing about this palette is it's not at all, in my opinion, the most like travel friendly palette in the world. You do have a few mattes in here, but definitely not enough to kind of create all types of different looks. This palette to me is the palette that you want to use when you're just kind of looking for that lid color, that pop, extra like high glam, super metallic, intense, foiled finish. These eyeshadows are the best. Is that fair to say? Let me think, hold on. These might be my favorite formula ever, as far as like a metallic or a shimmery eyeshadow is concerned. The pigment is there, the metallic finish is there, like they go on like butter. There's just, oh my gosh, just absolutely incredible. They're so shiny. Smells good too. You know, Too Faced got that chocolate gig, it's their thing. But funny story, shortly after I bought this, I swatched a few of the shadows in the back of my hand, and I pulled out Snapchat and I was like, ooh, look at these swatches. I didn't say what it was. I didn't say what the products were, the shadows. I was just kind of like showing how beautiful these shimmery shadows were on the back of my hand, and like 3 people wrote me and were like, that's the Too Faced Chocolate Gold palette. Like, it's so stunning. I definitely think this is the best chocolate product that Too Faced has come out with, and I don't hear a lot of people talking about it. So if you're in the market for some new shimmery shadows, or you just kind of want to splurge a little bit, like, this is such a beautiful, beautiful palette. I'll definitely be using it more in like tutorials and things of that nature in the future, so stay tuned. One thing that I love very, very much in this beautiful world of technology that we have now is a little thing called podcasts. Now, I don't know if you guys listen to podcasts, but there's a billion of them, and there are some really amazing ones out there. Typically when I listen to podcasts, they are of the true crime persuasion. I don't know if any of you guys know what I'm talking about, but My Favorite Murder is a podcast with Georgia Hardstark and Karen Kilgariff. They are my queens. I love them so much. I'm listening to them almost since the beginning of the podcast, like almost since the beginning of the inception of it. And I love it. But recently I have found a new podcast that I love just as much as that one. It is a podcast called Glowing Up. It features 2 hilarical ladies named Caroline and Esther, and it's basically a podcast of 2 super funny girls who sit around and talk about health and beauty and wellness and skincare and tip. You would think that like with me doing this for a living, like sometimes I just wouldn't want to hear about it or talk about it for a little while, but let me tell you, I just sit there and laugh my ass off listening to this. I've learned so many cool things. They've recommended so many cool books and like articles. Blowing Up Facebook group is popping. Like, there's so many cool chicks in there just sharing all kinds of fun information about this stuff, and I love it. Thought I would share it with you guys in case you love podcasts. Yeah, definitely check them out if you're in the mood to listen to a podcast that'll make you laugh and teach you some things about how to glow up a little bit. This is the Buxom Divine Goddess Luminizer. I've actually had this thing for a few months. Buxom sent this to me with a bunch of other wonderful things, and I've tried this on the back of my hand one day, and I just kind of felt like it was a little sheer, a little lackluster. I didn't know if I was gonna like it that much. I started wearing this about a month and a half ago, and I wear it almost every single day that I do makeup. Now what this is it's an all over luminizer, so you can totally wear it underneath your foundation. You can mix it in with your foundation. You can use it as a highlighter if you want to, but what I like to do with it is I use it kind of like on my décolleté and my shoulders, trying to get like all that body makeup action going. Just look like a glamorous like fairy sprite or something. This one is really nice. That sheerness that turned me off initially actually really works on the skin in a very beautiful way. Your natural skin still peeks through it, but it makes it look really like luminous and hydrated and glamorous and beautiful, but it doesn't transfer off on your clothes or your friends, and it doesn't have that appearance where you're kind of like, I don't want to touch you because you look like you're covered and stuff. Like, it's really, really nice. Mine's the color Venus, just kind of like this really pretty, like kind of champagne color. I'm trying to tell you guys. I foresee myself trying out a lot more luminizers just because this one has like unlocked a brand new love affair that I just never thought I would be in the midst of. So yeah, if you're in the market for a really good little luminizer, I would check this one out. Speaking of glowy products, these are, I can't believe it's taken me this long to talk about this. I've just had so much makeup coming in, and I've been buying so much makeup. I'm so behind on all the things that I need to make videos about or talk about, but I definitely had to put these in here because y'all need to know. These are the Persona Cosmetics Cali Glow Highlighters. First of all, the packaging is so amazing. I love it so hard. I don't know if you guys remember, but in a favorites video a few months ago, I mentioned that the Persona Cosmetics Identity Palette was a monthly favorite of mine. It's such an amazing product. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you need to look into it. It's a beautiful, beautiful palette. I love that palette so hard that I've made a very bold statement and said it might be one of my favorite eyeshadow formulas in the world. I just think that it's really hard in the makeup game to differentiate yourself from a lot of other brands. There are so many of them out there. And what she's doing is just creating products that, in terms of quality and performance, are just kind of in a league of their own. And there is this color right here called Zuma, and there's this more white one here called Laguna. I mix these together to get my ideal highlighter shade, but these are just so beautiful. Like, I don't really get crazy excited about highlighters. I keep saying that, and yet almost every video I feature a new highlighter, I feel like. But these became the monthly favorite because they're so freaking gorgeous. I really like highlighters that make me look like I am glowing. I don't really want to look like I've got a lot of highlighter on. I feel like it's such a trend. I feel like everyone is so into that, and you could definitely achieve a super metallic finish with these. But I think what sets these apart in their own way is that they're so smooth. Like they literally become one with your skin and just look so reflective and glamorous and glowy and perfect. Like if I had to base my opinion of Persona Cosmetics and the future of Persona Cosmetics on this and the Identity palette that I have, I would say like she's going to have an amazingly successful line because these are just beautiful. Once again, Persona Cosmetics, the Cali Glow Highlighters. Don't sleep on Persona Cosmetics, you guys. Like, I'm trying to tell you. I want to tell you guys about a random TV show that I'm in love with. I actually showed this on like Instagram stories today. It's a TV show that's really famous in the UK. It's on Hulu and it's called The Only Way is Essex. They call it Towie for short over there. Listen, I am not a big reality TV fan. I'm just not. It's not my gig. I don't understand it. It's just not my thing. But this particular show is so addicting to me. It basically follows the lives of like these 20-something super glam like UK kids in Essex who are all like fighting with each other and sleeping with each other, and there's like love triangles and there's drama. And I think what it is, the reason I'm able to like justify watching this to myself is that there's British accents. So like it's trash TV, but it makes me feel real classy. Plus, I love the way that they talk. I can't deal with it. He's right fine geese, isn't it? Like, I can't. I love it. There's like 18 seasons. There's so much to watch. I just have to tell you guys about it. I tell everyone about it. I don't know if anybody actually watches it, but it is my favorite. There must be a snowflake falling in hell somewhere because I never ever thought I would feel this way about a product by this particular brand, ever. This is obviously the Jaclyn Hill and Morphe palette. I'm aware that I'm probably the last person in the world who got one and probably one of the last people in the world who mentioned it in a favorites video. That's okay. I'm just kind of a contrarian sometimes about stuff. I did a video testing this one with the Morphe 350 palette and kind of comparing and contrasting them, and literally I have used this palette basically every single solitary day since. This is what she looks like. I know you guys know about her. I'm sure you've seen her a million times. I'm wearing this today. I've worn it several times. It's just a no muss, no fuss. Could do it with one hand tied behind my back, put several looks together using this. I am woman enough to admit when I've made an error in judgment, and although the entire line of Morphe has not exactly, like, we're not there yet, this is one thing I would happily recommend, and I would say that I can't imagine a scenario where anyone would have this and not find a use for it almost every day. So yeah, Jaclyn Hill palette is pretty good. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Legendary Brows Brow Gel. I mentioned this in a video recently as well. I think I did like a full face I think I did a full face first impression video, and I included my brow routine, which I almost never do. Brows are a hard thing for me to talk about and remember to mention to you guys because almost every video that I do, if I do a tutorial, I begin it with my brows already done because I feel like nobody wants to see that every time I do my makeup. But anyway, so this recently got thrown into my brow routine, and it's my new favorite brow product in the world. I love and have loved Benefit's Gimme Brow for a very long time. I loved that it had this little tiny brush that I could easily use to comb through my brow hairs to give them like movement and texture so they don't look like, you know how like when you do your brow and it's just like flat and there's nothing going on? The Benefit Gimme Brow is a beautiful product. I just felt like as good as it is and as much as I love it, it kind of, my brows still kind of would fall and move and get out of line. But the thing I love about the Charlotte Tilbury one is the brush is so tiny. It is so easy to coat every single solitary individual brow hair that you have. It also lengthens them a little bit, and your brows are not going anywhere with this. Like, they are like Gorilla Glue. It's gonna shellac that mess onto your face, and then bada bing, bada boom, brows are in place, good to go. Charlotte Tilbury to me right now in my life is like the Beyonce of the makeup world. Like, I freaking love her. I have not tried a single product from her that I don't absolutely love. This is just the newest one that I've become obsessed with, so yeah, I would check this out if you're in the market for a new brow gel. This is a Tom Ford lipstick. I've just been buying new lipstick lately, okay? Don't judge me. Husband took me makeup shopping the other day. He was just being nice. Everyone back off. I'm kidding. I was at Nordstrom and I was kind of sniffing around, and I always wanted to try Tom Ford products. I ended up picking up a couple, but I was just messing around with the lipsticks and I found this. And this is the most perfect, most beautiful nude lipstick I've ever seen in my entire life, and it's not blush nude. I bet you think that's what I'm about to say. It is not blush nude. It is the color 58, All Mine, and it is the perfect nude lipstick, at least for me. I swatched this on the back of my hand and I literally was like I couldn't believe what was happening. I do not have reactions like that to nude lipstick normally. This lipstick color is just perfect. Now I don't know how well it's going to show up on camera. I'm wearing it right now, but it's got this perfect, like, juicy, youthful pink situation going. Oh, it's so pretty. I feel like I've said it before, I feel like nude lipstick makes me look dead. It makes me look washed out. That's why I gravitate so much to reds and corals and like vivid colors, because I feel like it gives me like life. And this does exactly that. Like, it is so pretty. I like a little bit more of a pink undertone to my nudes, but I don't want it to be pink. I don't want to look like a baby doll. I just like a little zhuzh. I'm not trying to be Zsa Zsa Gabor over here. I'm just saying, like, this is a beautiful lipstick, and I would have bought this if I found the similar color in any brand. Like, it didn't have to be Tom Ford. In fact, if you guys have some dupes, leave them below. Like, help each other out. This is the best lipstick ever. Next are some glosses. I think I've talked about these glosses before. I might have talked about this one particular color I'm about to go in on before, but I just want to kind of give some love to Buxom glosses at this moment. I've been literally, you guys, I think it was on Sunday, I sat down in front of my vanity and I just started trying different nude lip combos. I pulled out all of my favorite nude lipsticks. I pulled out all of the nude glosses I had and all of the nude lip liners, and I just started trying to put together nude lip combos, because they're hard to do. Like, nude lips are hard. Like, you need it to be just the right color for your skin. Without a doubt, every single freaking Buxom lip gloss I put on in the pursuit of trying to find the perfect lip combo was amazing. They worked perfectly. I love the formula. Buxom has my favorite lip gloss formula, I believe. They are so high. Like, I have one on right now. It's the shiniest thing you've ever seen in your life, for sure, obviously. They last for so long. Literally, I have I ate right before I turned the camera on, and I haven't touched my lip gloss up since, and it's still there. Like, it's so good. To mention, I love Buxom lip glosses fragrance. Plus, like, fun fact, that is like my favorite sound in the world. Oh! I love it. They kind of smell like a minty vanilla situation. Though, my absolute favorite Buxom lip gloss, I think the one that I've worn the most and I've repurchased like a couple of times, is the color Leslie. Something about this color, it has kind of like this almost like coral, slight coral, but like gold kind of shift undertone situation going on with it. It looks good on every nude lip. If your lip is too pink, this will liven it up. If it's too nude or too beige, this will liven it up. If you just want a beautiful gloss to put over anything, but you don't want to change the integrity of it, somehow this just kind of livens it up. It looks good on everything. It is my absolute favorite lip gloss, Buxom Leslie. And then I have these little guys. I checked Ulta today when I was there, and these were all permanent from what I can tell. A couple others I've really been loving is this color here called Blushing Margarita. Basically a lip gloss version of that Tom Ford lipstick. Like, it's so beautiful. This color Destiny, which in the tube looks like really pink and almost like intimidating to put on over something, but it just makes every lip color look really, really juicy. Like, obviously there is a difference, okay? Do not adjust your screens. There is a difference here. One more. This one is Sophia. It's almost got like a lavender undertone to it or something. They're just so good. If you've never tried a Buxom lip gloss, I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to help you out. I'm trying to help you out. Hey guys, those are all of my current favorites. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you guys liked me throwing a few things in here that were not beauty related. I hope you guys are having an amazing day. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.